Hey Tumblr, it's Aaron. Today I had a really interesting series of thoughts, and instead of writing it all out, which I did in a draft, I decided that instead of taking up all of the space on your dashboard, that I would instead make a video, because I'm kind like that. Right, so I've seen a lot lately, people commenting on and criticizing other artists in the music industry for replicating or somehow trying to appear like Lady Gaga. Being a huge fan of Lady Gaga, I definitely have an opinion on this. It's not really a relevant or important opinion, but it's an opinion nonetheless, and I think I've kind of figured things out. It seems like, to me, Lady Gaga has set the standard for what it's like to become a successful artist, and those standards are to have outlandish fashion, particularly during performances, to have songs or performances with explicit material, and show a huge sort of fan appreciation. And I'd really, really like to look at three artists in particular to help me prove this point, which is Rihanna, Katy Perry, and Nicki Minaj. Now, I'm just saying, I love all three of those girls. I love Rihanna, I love Katy Perry, I'm obsessed with Nicki Minaj right now, and I respect all of their hard work, and I think they're a lot of fun to listen to. But I really feel like their vision isn't original. Regarding fashion, Katy Perry and Nicki Minaj are the most worthy of scrutiny here. Throughout the past 2 years or so, Lady Gaga has received a tremendous amount of backlash for her outfit choices, many arguing that she's fake and she's a character dolled up and spit out by the music industry. And when you look at it, her competitors have really followed suit. Katy Perry donned a blue wig to promote her Smurfs film. She's worn a flashing peacock tail while performing her raunchy number Peacock on a late night talk show. She sported frilly firework dresses, crazy candy corsets, and yet she's less fake than Lady Gaga. Nicki Minaj, again, wears wigs more than anyone can even count, of bizarre styles, no less. A pink Marge Simpson do, a Bride and Frankenstein coif for her SNL performance, a blonde Barbie wig, and the wigs are usually tinted with some kind of bizarre color like pale green and blue and purple and black all at once. And she calls herself Barbie. She's the epitome of a shiny fake plastic. That's what she likes to be called. It's her alter ego. But Lady Gaga wears a meat dress to promote the rights of gay soldiers in the military, and it's all over. She's the fake one. Secondly, let's take a look at the explicit content in songs that are in mainstream pop nowadays. Okay, so it's not like Gaga's been the first person to ever portray sex or violence in music videos or hit songs, but let's focus on and compare Lady Gaga, Katy Perry, and Rihanna. Um, with the release of Rihanna's new video S&M, the incredible collaboration with Eminem, Love the Way You Lie, her simply overplayed hit Rude Boy, and her dark as fuck track Russian Roulette, you really have to wonder why Rihanna is so obsessed with violence, having been physically abused by Chris Brown. The reason why? Violence sells. It's engaging, it's provocative in a sort of way. Um, Thus was the case when Gaga hung like a bleeding tampon during her VMA performance of Paparazzi in September 2009, the single actually coming out prior to that in July. A few months later, Rihanna released Russian Roulette, her first single in a series of really bizarre, dark, twisted singles from her Rated R album, a month after Bad Romance was released. I'm not saying she copied Gaga. I'm saying perhaps the idea that dark lyrics and violence invading the realm of pop culture once more came as a reminder to Rihanna, a competing artist looking to come back from her battle with domestic violence with a new style and an edgier persona. Important to note as well, Gaga's Telephone and Alejandro both in some way inhabit a zone of violent nature, either by mass poisoning people in an all-American diner, or by engaging in S&M-like actions with men, both of which came prior to Eminem and Rihanna's Love the Way You Lie. And again, it's not like Gaga was the original female pop icon to invite sexual material into lyrics. Prior to her, we have Britney Spears, a massive sex icon in the media. We also have Madonna, if you want to go even farther back. But it's in the way which Gaga has you dancing along to a song about a disco stick, a blatantly obvious phallic image, in the same way that Katy Perry attempted to have you clapping your hands and singing along to a song about a peacock. A blatantly obvious Well, it's not even a phallic image, is it? Finally, I'd like to talk about how fan appreciation, fan devotion, and thankfulness has become an integral part in becoming successful as a mainstream artist. Now, I can guarantee you, except for maybe the first year or so that she was getting started as a mainstream artist, Lady Gaga thanked her fans every single one of her interviews that she was in, all the TV spots, all of the performances, live performances. She's 100% devoted to her fans. Born This Way, she said it's all for her fans, all because of her fans, inspired by her fans. What she's done is created this fan base called the Little Monsters, and she uses that as a way to get people to feel that they belong, that they deserve to be appreciated. Now, the only artist I've really seen embrace that kind of admiration and creating a space and a title for her fans has been Katy Perry, who's donned the Katy Cats for her fan group. But you can see now, I've noticed it specifically like during awards shows. Whenever an artist will go up, they make sure to thank their fans. Every interview, they make sure to thank their fans. And it's not like Gaga has been the first person to ever do that and they're copying her. I'm not trying to say that at all. What I'm saying is Gaga has really embraced it. And because these competing artists have really noticed that, they're trying to replicate that sort of fan admiration and devotion because it has gotten Gaga from here to up here because she loves her fans so much and we love her back. So, in conclusion, what I'm trying to say isn't that Gaga is wholly original. She is not a perfect being. She is not God. She has used certain artistic strengths from other people and she's brought herself up from that. And what I'm trying to argue is that if you're trying to be a female pop artist in the industry nowadays, you have to set the standard by what Gaga has created now for this time in this decade. The standard is you have to dress weird, you have to look good, and you have to be crazy, a little bit insane. Lady Gaga is freaking weird. Nicki Minaj is even weirder. She's got multiple personalities. Rihanna, hello, you're freaking psycho. You just want to like kill everyone and kill yourself. I don't even know. Russian roulette confused me. You have to grab people's attention with sexually or violent, explicit material. Um, like I've said with Rihanna, S&M. What the fuck? Peacock, really? Come on. And have you heard Eminem's part on Roman's Revenge? I mean, that's probably the most vulgar song I've heard in ages. And finally, you need to show fan appreciation. That's the big thing. I mean, who wants to follow and worship and love a artist that doesn't even care for them? That's what Gaga's realized, and that's what she's starting to really, really embrace with this new album that she's created. I can't even count how many new songs I've heard that have the same general theme of love yourself, love your neighbor, be the best person you can be, go do this, because you're awesome, dude. It's like, the idea that Katy Perry says I'm a firework, therefore I must be. So I'm gonna be her fan. It's like that, you know. So it's like Katy Perry's Firework, Bruno Mars Just the Way You Are, Kesha's We Are Who We Are, Pink's Fucking Perfect, Pink's Raise Your Glass. It's all the same. Even Gaga's Born This Way is probably gonna be the same thing. And you know what? It's gonna work. It's gonna get her more followers because it's showing her admiration of them. One last thing, I full-heartedly believe that Beyonce and Britney and Taylor Swift are all exempt from everything I've just said. I really don't feel like they belong in that ladder that Gaga has set up for them to climb up and become successful. Um, I mean, Rihanna and Katy Perry and Nicki have all done things in their life to get them to a certain point, but to keep them relevant, they've had to follow Gaga's standard. They've had to go up the ladder. Beyonce and Britney and Taylor, I feel like they've all done things in their own original way. Um, that's all I really have to say. I feel like they have taken their own initiative, their own paths, and that's all.